everyone, it's Zoot Rider here and welcome to another week in toys. Today is Tuesday the 27th of October and no toys as of yet this week. I did have to look after my son yesterday because it's half term and everything like that, so we went on a little trip up to Toy Master in Burton upon Trent, Midco Toys. There wasn't much there from my point of view that I wanted to purchase, but it was cool to see some stuff. So they had the Mystique and the Cable figure from the new Marvel Legends line. A little bit on the expensive side though. I did notice on this visit that the prices had gone up slightly. These were £30 each. I can get each of these posted for 26, so I didn't bother picking up those. Did see a couple of Beskar Mandalorians, which was quite cool to see. And I also saw some Transformers. They still had those two Micromasters in. I forget what they were called. I will pick up one of those one day. They also had Earthrise Megs, and I was going to pick up Earthrise Megs, but it was £29.99, and then I thought, well, why should I pay £29.99 when I can get him for £24 from Smiths? So there you go. But nevertheless, it was cool to see some stuff. They also had an Evil Dead Ash figure that I was quite tempted by, but I didn't end up picking anything in the end. But there was some reveals yesterday and some quite exciting ones. So first of all, there is going to be a retro 3.75-inch Mandalorian line consisting of 7 figures. And these look really cool, really cool. I remember Dave Shotton telling me, got to be about 6 months ago now, that he really wanted them in the vintage style, and it looks like he's got his wish now. So those are really cool. There's also a deluxe version of the Beskar Mandalorian. Of course there is, coming with a child. The accessory that was sold individually, that was always meant to be an accessory, and now both those figures have been released, then they can release them as a 2-pack. Cool to see. Great if you've missed out on the Beskar Mandalorian. I'm not going to be picking this up because that unmasked head looks awful, looks terrible. But if you missed out on the Beskar Mandalorian and the child, here's a chance for you to pick up that as a set. The one thing that I am buying and I am pre-ordering, well, I have pre-ordered, is the Biker Scout from the Mandalorian. This looks really cool. I actually pre-ordered this last night on Amazon.com, but thanks to Scott, who let me know today, it was on Amazon.co.uk, so I saved myself about £10 there in fees. It's $49.99. Interestingly, it was saying that it would be delivered on Monday, and just before filming I had an email telling me that actually it's not going to come on the 2nd of November, it's going to come on the 31st of July 2021. So in like 7 months, 8 months difference. Wow. Bit of a difference there, isn't there? But there you go. Update on some purchases, and I'm getting, I suppose, my latest little issues with purchases and quality and delivery timescales are just continuing, really. I pre-ordered the Autobot, I think it's Autobot Alliance 2-pack of Prowl and Ironhide back on the 17th of July on Amazon.com. Received no notification of shipping or anything like that. Due to arrive on the 13th of November, which the date hasn't moved, that's fine. It's since become in stock in the UK on Amazon.co.uk, and my mate James has ordered one and he's just arrived today, which is a little bit frustrating, especially when you've ordered something circa 4 months ago and it hasn't arrived. But that seems to be how my luck's going at the moment. I was kind of hoping that my Quintus on Pit of Judgment would be here probably today. I still haven't had any shipping notifications on that either, and I think it was meant to be posted on Monday or today at the very latest. Kind of hoping it would arrive today, but it hasn't. So yeah, it's a little bit meh at the moment. So the stuff I am getting has got QC issues, and the stuff I thought I'd be getting by now hasn't bloody arrived. So yeah, it's not the best at the moment. But unlike last week, I think from a collecting point of view, last week was the lowest I have been in a long time. Getting a bit disgruntled, and I was trying to think to myself, because I watched that video back and I thought, actually, you know what? You don't look well in that video, and I don't want it to affect me in that way. So what I decided to do is have a little segment in A Week in Toys, which I'm going to call... what am I going to call it? What shall I call it? I know what I'll call it. The Ghost of Christmas Past. Or Ghost of the Past, or whatever it might be. So, essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the Argos catalogue. In fact, I'm going to have a look today at the Argos Autumn-Winter catalogue of 1984. In particular, I'm going to have a look at the Transformers page. And I don't know about you, but when I was younger, there was something really exciting about getting the Autumn-Winter catalogue. And going back, circa 36 years, this would have been the catalogue. Now, at this point, I would have never looked at this catalogue, because at the end of the day, I would have been at this point, circa 4 months old. I was born in the June of 84. But nevertheless, it is cool to look back, because as a kid, and I think a lot of people in the UK shared this, the Argos catalogue was essentially a doorway into what Santa was going to bring you in a couple of months' time. So, let's have a look and turn back the time and have a look at what was on that page. And this is a relatively small Transformers section, but bearing in mind, this was the first year that Transformers hit into retail shelves. And as we get to this in the coming weeks, as we go through the years, I think we'll have a look at what other Transformers were in there. But you can see there is, of course, Optimus Prime in there, which is pretty cool to see. There is a Soundwave. There is a Sideswipe. And there is a Thundercracker. So I'm going to try and read some descriptions to you from the Argos catalogue. And so you can let you know what the prices were and what they were called. And I think that's quite cool. Now, it's quite blurred, so I can't really share this with you on screen. But Optimus Prime, Trans-Formers, so not even one word, Optimus Prime Heroic Autobot Leader Truck. A 12-inch truck with a trailer that converts into an Autobot mobile command centre. Price $11.95. That's mental. We've also got Transformers Evil Decepticon, which converts into a cassette recorder complete with buzzsaw cassette. So that is obviously Soundwave. So they didn't even have his name in the catalogue. And that was £8.75. Transformers Heroic Autobot Sideswipe, £5.96. And then Transformers Evil Decepticon Jet Plane. So again, not even giving the character's name. That was £6.95. That is absolutely mental to see. So shall we have a look at one toy from that year's Autumn-Winter Argos catalogue? I thought we'd go for the cheapest option on there, and we'd have a quick look at Generation 1 Sideswipe. Now, this is my childhood Sideswipe. You can tell by all the wonderful sticker wear on it, the few loose joints and the dust and grime from 30 odd years. And it's mental to think that this cost brand new £5.90 odd, or whatever it was. I always think it's quite funny, on my version of Sideswipe, the sticker of the Ferrari logo, I think it's Ferrari, isn't centrally stuck. So you can see there that it hasn't been cut out right. So even though the sticker is central, the Ferrari logo isn't. You can see as well how faded these stickers are. And I've always been tempted to replace some of these stickers, and I've done it on my Springer. But I think these ones I don't want to replace, because I think they had something to that. My Springer stickers were not the best anyway. I applied them wrong when I was a little bit younger. But these were applied well. And I think it's nice that they've aged along with the figure. He come obviously with his shoulder-mounted rocket launcher and his blaster. He had a rub sight on the arm. And to transform him, you take off his rocket launcher and you take off his blaster. You push his head back, put the bonnet forward, pull that up. You push the arms in. You push the car together, push his legs together and fold his feet up. And there we have Sideswipe in his Ferrari mode. I don't know how many of us in 1984 had this sitting in our gifts from Santa. I wonder how many of us actually still have this toy. I wonder how many of us actually bought it from Argos who actually can remember going into that shop. So have you got any memories of this, of going to Argos and buying anything from the Argos catalogue, and have you got any specific memory of a toy? I'm showing you now my side swipe because that was in the Argos catalogue of that year, but do a response video if you like, and yeah, join in with this kind of stuff, because I think this is positive. These are positive memories and positive things that we used to go through, rather than some of the distribution and 2020 issues of toy collecting we're getting today. So yeah, we've had a look at Sideswipe. So, and again, in the comments below, do you want me to have a look at spring summer 1985 to see what Transformers in there, and we can talk through that next week? Do you want to make this a regular thing? Let me know. I just think it might be quite cool to do something a little bit fun like this, especially on the countdown to Christmas, because in my mind the Argos catalogue was all about the run up to Christmas. So today is Wednesday the 28th of October, payday, finally. After all the bills, got a couple of quid maybe to get some toys, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about another announcement. And last night there was another one of these Amazon exclusive 2-pack.
Come on. I see no changes
That have been appearing. We've had the Ratchet and the Lifeline. We've also had a Micromaster set and the 2 Diaclone version of Sideswipes. Well, the 4th one of the 5 has been released, and it's a Galaxy Odyssey 2-pack. And this contains a newer version of Barricade in the smokescreen mould, and also the previously exclusive Punch Counter Punch that was released as part of Power of the Primes. I think that was an exclusive as well. Now, I've actually got the Siege version of Barricade here, and I have got the Power of the Primes version of Punch Counter Punch. And obviously a couple of differences between these and the ones announced. First one being that this has got the smokescreen body rather than the Prowl Cybertronian mode body. I've mentioned this previously when Barricade was leaked, that I actually prefer this figure for Barricade because of all the purple on it. So I don't see my need to actually replace this figure. And as I am replacing the Prowl, it would be nice to have a version of this mould still in the collection, and that is going to be my kind of G1 looking Barricade. When it comes to Punch Counter Punch, you'll notice that the first difference is the actual colours. Now this apparently is more toy accurate compared to the new Galaxy Odyssey, which is cartoon accurate. I'll be honest with you, I do prefer the colours on the one I've already got. I think that this is a half decent figure. It suffers from being part of the Combiner Wars Power of the Primes mould with the legs with no feet and all that kind of stuff. But it's a cool little figure, and if you've missed out on this and you want another Barricade, then you know what, this is a great opportunity. I think it's about $40. So I'll post it over here. It'll end up being about 45 quid, I think, from Amazon. But yeah, check it out. As I say, this isn't for me. I've got the 2 versions of these figures I'm happy with, but if you've missed out on either one of them or both of them, this is a great opportunity to catch up and get some representations in your collection. So it's later on in the day, and the postman has been and he's delivered the first parcel of this week, the first toy of this week. This is an eBay purchase, at least I think it's an eBay purchase, that I got, well, I think I ordered it the tail end of last week, and this is because this is a figure I've wanted for a while, and he's been announced in Studio Series 86, but I really wanted this version of it because I think that this version looks every bit as good, if not better, than the Studio Series 86 version. And the Studio Series 86 version is out for another 4 months or whatever it might be, so I might as well get this one now. So let me open it up and let's have a look at what's inside the box. So here we are. Oh, lovely. So the colours on this already are popping. Here is Takara Legends Titans Return Blur. So this is obviously the Takara version of the mould, And Rudy will say 1/3 of the Autobot trifecta, which is of course Cup, Hot Rod and Blur. I've got the Takara Cup, I've got the Takara Hot Rod, and I was only missing the Blur. And at TFN, obviously not this year but the year before, I left this one, a second-hand one, on the table for 25 quid. Now obviously this one didn't come with a box, but it was around the £25 mark posted, and I'm happy to have him. Now there was a slight paint chip here, which I noticed on the photos. In person it's not too bad. I can probably touch it up with a tiny bit of paint and you won't even see it. But the condition of the thing looks really good. We've got his Titan Master here, which I forget the name of him, but we can see the head sculpt here, which is pretty cool. Let's get him transformed up. I might as well do it now while you're on, if I can remember how to do it. So here's Blur all transformed up, and he's nice. I mean, for 25 quid for a deluxe class figure is a little bit steep, but what I will say is this colour and this paint on him makes him look so much better. As I say, there is a bit of paint chip in there, and also I've noticed on one of his legs here, don't know if you can see that very well because of the light, but there is almost a little bit of chipping from the plastic underneath, the light blue plastic. The face sculpt is pretty nice, and I think this looks like Blur, and this will do me for a deluxe class Blur. Now I probably will pick up the Studio Series 86 one, simply because I'm in for the entirety of that line. But what I've thought about Cup and what I've thought about the Blur specifically is they look better in their alt modes. I'm not a fan of the face on Cup, and I'm not a fan of the arms on Blur. Now, actually, when you look at this Blur, it's got a bit of the same issue, but these actually look better than the photos of the 86 Blur. These arms look slightly done better, so I don't know. I have got the Hasbro version, which is here. And you can see there's a whole world of difference in colour. This is going to be listed on eBay now because I have no longer any need for it, to be honest. I've replaced it. He's been on my list for a while to upgrade my Blur. So I've now got the Takara Blur, Hot Rod and Cup. And I think they're a lovely, lovely little set of figures. And I'm really, really happy to add this one to the collection because it's been one I've been wanting to pick up for a while. And yeah, Blur, I mean, as I say, this cost me 25 quid, but hopefully I'll get a tenner or something like that for Blur. Yeah, it kind of is a 15 quid upgrade or whatever it might be. So yeah, I'm really, really happy to have him. So today's Thursday, the 29th of October, and I've received a parcel from Comics and Cocktails. Now, as you can see, I think Graham, the Collector 75 and friends have been playing football with this down at the Royal Mail. That has had a right boot in it, innit? Look at that. That's mental. Hopefully the figure inside is still in decent condition. I'm not really too bothered about packaging, to be honest with you, but it would be nice if it's not completely battered. Luckily, as ever, the guys at Comics and Cocktails wrap things really, really well. Guys and girls, sorry, I don't know if there's any ladies at work there, but you get what I mean. So let's open this up and see what I've got. I've got some bubble wrap. Now, I've got another Black Series figure. It's another one from The Mandalorian. I am fully in on The Mandalorian. Even though this probably fits in with other lines as well. It is the Stormtrooper. Now, I really wanted to get this, but I was kind of holding out until it appeared in Smith's. But it's never appeared for online purchase, and it's only appeared in a few stores, none of them local to me. I might get another one of these because you can troop build these, but I'm in no rush to do so. I've already got an older version of the Stormtrooper, but I did want to be fully in on the Mandalorian. I did want to be fully in on this line of figures. And I thought I'd miss a boat on him, to be honest, until Comics and Cocktails the other day put a restock up, and I think this is now sold out. We did get a little bit of damage on the box, but as I say, I'm not too bothered about that. This box will probably end up going in the bin anyway. But yeah, another one to the Black Series collection, another one to the Mandalorian collection. So that's a cool little purchase, and I'm happy to have him. So today is Friday the 29th of October, and I've received a parcel. Here it is. This is either a really, really small Quintesson Pit of Judgment, or it's my eBay purchase that I bought for a bit of a bargain price the other week. the other week or earlier this week. Now this is a third-party figure. I haven't bought a third-party, but I haven't bought many third-party figures this year. But it was one that I wanted to pick up. This was £20 English, which is pretty good for a third-party figure. And it's not even a Mech Fans Toys or Legends figure. It is a Masterpiece scale box. I'm opening him up. And here he is. It is Final Victory Warpath. And he's alright. He's a bit heavy. Trying to work out how you do his articulation. Arm's a little bit floppy, but for £20 you can't really grumble at that. And see what else comes with him. We've got his card. It's called War Machine. So there you go, Final Victory War Machine. This was part of their 3-pack, I think. It also comes with some weapons and some plugs and some bits, and a set of instructions. So there you go. He's alright, isn't he? Trying to work out how I better get his arm to bend. I think that folds up like that, and then there's some plug like that. Need to work it out. I think that's how it goes. He's kind of semi-transformed. I think the guy's probably done it like this to get him posted to me. His legs look like they should extend a bit, which they do. There you are. I think we're finally getting there. Head sculpt's pretty nice. So yeah, there you go. A little bit loose on the arm, but I can live with that. In fact, the pin is actually coming out, so let me shove that back in. That might be why it's not holding together. There we are. That's a bit better, isn't it? The pin was slightly sliding out, which is odd. But yeah, he's quite a nice little figure. And I kind of imagine him to be a similar size, maybe just a little bit bigger than what Earthrise Warpath's going to be. That's about deluxe size, isn't it? As I said, this was £20 plus £3.70 postage. I think they charged me for it. But yeah, he's pretty nice, pretty nice. Instructions don't seem over the top crazy. These were the other ones in the set. So you had you had Hummer and you had Reckless Combat. And I actually wouldn't mind either of these, especially Huffer. I really wanted a third-party Huffer at one point. So yeah, why did I buy this? Because I'm not really into me third party. Well, number one, it was cheap, and number two, I've been having a lot of problems with Hasbro stuff lately, and I kind of wanted to just have something a little bit different to see if actually this would kind of give me a little bit more enthusiasm about Transformers again, because unfortunately a lot of my purchases of late have not been up to the required standard. Now obviously this is second hand, and obviously I had that problem with that pin just, but I've managed to fix it. It's not like it's missing a part or anything like that. But yeah, I think he looks really nice. I think he looks really cool. I don't know where he's going to go, but he will go in my mini-bot collection. Maybe on my shelf over there with Ratchet and Grimlock. But this is now my third mini-bot. I've got Bumblebee and I've got X-Transbots Powerglide. So yeah, maybe I will go in for the third party mini bots. Maybe that can be another subline once I've completed my my 1986 crew. Who knows? Or maybe, you know what, I'll enjoy this one for what he is, and I don't need to go in and complete a collection. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, so I've picked up Final Victory War Machine, and yeah, he looks really cool. So it's still the 29th of October, and I've had another knock at the door. I've had a DHL arrive, and they've brought me something bloody wonderful. This has been another one of these annoying journeys, to be honest with you. That, yeah. So on the day of this release, I went onto In Demand Toys website. I put this item in my basket, and then, as that website does, it fell on its arse, it glitched. It kicked me out, and by the time I went back in to actually purchase the item, it was saying it was out of stock, so I missed out after about half an hour of messing about on that website, which was really upsetting and really frustrating at the time. However, thanks to Borders Dude, who spotted a little known shop called S.H. Andrews Hut, who mainly specialises in Star Wars toys. He noticed that this exclusive was actually on there and down for pre-order, and I think it was November. It was due to be arrive and shipped. Here is the parcel, so you can see S.H. Andrews Hut. And this is a toy I'm really excited about. I'm excited about, but I'm also a little bit cautious with my recent Hasbro dealings. But this really shouldn't have been this hard to get. It's something that fans have wanted for a long, long time, and it's frustrating that we had to jump through hoops to get it. I'm going to call out S.H. Andrews Hut. So thank you for your purchase and welcome to the S.H. Andrews family. We really hope you're happy with your purchase, and if there are any problems, please get in touch and we'll do everything within our power to make you happy. If you please leave feedback on social media and tell all of your friends about us. Please join the mailing list to receive fortnightly newsletters, blah 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 blah. So at Andrews Hut on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram, and these are all the range of stuff that they offer. So thank you, and I've done what they said. I've told you about them. So this is where I got this item from. We have some lovely packing peanuts, and it's wrapped quite well, to be honest with you. Right, very well indeed. Let me have a look. Just make sure there's nothing in there falling out. There hasn't. Got a bit of bubble wrap and all. Make sure I can open this up. And here we go. So yeah, here it is, the Quintesson Pit of Judgment. Oh wow. Well, that Quintesson looks absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see it with a glare, but compared to the standard release I have here, I'm trying to give you a comparison, you can see the difference in colour. I really like the lighter grey on it. I think it works really well. Now, unfortunately, mine has got a little bend in the cardboard there, which if I was going to keep this... So, okay, let me take a step back. I was in two minds whether to actually open this or not, because I think it's quite kind of sad in a way to open it. That little cardboard crease now just makes my decision that I am going to open it. So I am happy that I am going to open it. It's giving me an excuse to. Krennic is wobbling about as well. It does look a nice set. I'm going to be careful when I take it apart because I do want to preserve obviously the box and the wonderful packaging. I think this is the thing. I'm noticing some of the tape, but I'm not going to moan about the cardboard presentation box. But looking at it now, there's a few reasons why I wouldn't want to keep this as a display piece. Some of the tape isn't in the right place and it's hanging off. Krennic's is a bit wobbly. Even the thing that the Quintesson Judge, I think it should be that skull face rather than this one. But the box and the presentation, apart from those little nitpicky things, and I am being nitpicky with this, is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. On the back, a wonderful scene from the movie, and seeing this logo, oh my god, it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I really want to clear a space in one of these details and just create a display of Quintessons, Sharpticons, and whether we use this box or not, I'm not 100% sure yet. But it is a beautiful set. I can't quite believe that I've actually got it, And I think this costs £90, which is a crazy amount of money, considering you've got, one Voyager at about 25 quid, a Deluxe at 20 quid, a Legends figure, say about 15, so that puts us, at 35, about 60 quid, and then these two figures essentially cost, a tenner each. And that's being generous with the money for them. So, but it's an amazing set. Some Transformers characters in here that I have not had in my collection, but have been part of my life for the best part of 30 odd years. And it's amazing to actually have this in hand. So thank you, S.H. Andrews Hut, if I can say the name right. Thank you, Borders Do, for telling me about them. And yeah, pretty amazing week in toys. Now, I know I did say in last week's Was it last week's or this week's? I can't even remember. You might have heard me say it earlier and I can't remember. I was going to open this up. However, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a review of this on its own. You've had a little bit of a sneak preview about it, and I think this episode of Week in Toys has gone on long enough now. But it's been an amazing, amazing week. I do think I have a resolution to my issue with Transformers Prime Breakdown. I'm not going to go into that in this video any further. I will do an update on that once it's all finalised and sorted, because I want to close that down in one more video. But this week, as in for the toys, I've got some amazing figures. I've got myself a Pit of Judgment finally. I've got myself this wonderful little third-party Warpath. I've got myself a Stormtrooper figure as well, a Star Wars Stormtrooper figure. And I had something else and all this week. What did I have? Takara Blur, that was it. I forgot one. I had to think then. I had to go back through my videos and think, what was the other thing I had this week? Yeah, but it's been a good week. It's been a good week for toys. Last week or the last couple of weeks haven't been the best for QC, but thanks to some wonderful items sent through the post, it's made me feel a little bit better about collecting and got my collecting habits back on track. There will be more toys next week, of course there are, because I've just been paid. I've got a couple of items coming from Comics and Cocktails, so fingers crossed they'll be here as well. And maybe leave a comment below if you want me to do more of this Argos catalogue stuff. Let me know. I thought I'd try something new this week. Let me know if you want to see more of it. Anyway, until next time, have an amazing weekend. I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.